Hey, what's up YouTube? So this is going to be part 7 of the MR2 K24A swap, and today we're going to see if we can get the cluster going. So I got my Type S cluster here. I took out the screen or the glass that was over it because it won't fit in here. So somehow I guess we're going to try to modify the stock one, but today we're just going to be trying to get the tachometer to work, the speedometer to work, maybe fuel. And then we'll be showing you how to wire up the temperature, which is kind of already pre-wired on the CJ's wiring harness. So I'm just going to be going by this, but I will also be showing you guys the way that I'll be doing it by just E-connector and the C101 that's not connected to this, since it's like a full conversion harness basically. So it's kind of already done. I'm not going to be able to really show you off of this one, but I will show you off the Honda wiring diagram how to get the same wires that I am using right now. So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start labeling the wires that we need to run to these wires, to this harness right here from the CJ's wiring harness. So basically gonna locate those wires, and then later we'll figure out the wires we need to take off the stock cluster, which is going to be for like the blinkers at least. And like I said, maybe the gas gauge, we can check those wires, and then the illumination for the power of the lights at night, we have to figure that out as well. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and just do tach and speedometer, and let's see what else, oil pressure, check engine light, get those out the way. Those are pretty simple. So what I'm gonna do is find the wires right here, go by this diagram, locate it, and then let you guys know exactly which wires we're gonna be using back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and find the diagram online real fast. I know kind of what they are, but I just want to make sure so you guys won't have any issues, and just make sure that we get everything wired up right so you guys can do this at home, in case you guys don't want to buy like a full dash harness, or you know, the Haltech and all that expensive stuff. So OEM works just fine. We're gonna go ahead and get this started by like I said, figuring out the wiring harness, and we'll come back and see what we need to do next. All right guys, so I got what I needed for just the ECU to read to the cluster right now. So I got connector A and connector B. Let me show you those real fast. These are the two wires, plugs that are coming from the back of the RSX harness. So this one right here is connector B. Let me go over the wires on that one. So connector B has most of the stuff that we need to go on here, as you can see. So you got grounds, you got your fuel, speed, tachometer, right turn signal, switch ignition, and power ignition. I'm guessing the top two are for to power on the cluster or whatnot. The bottom two, the grounds, are just grounds. So this connector right here, we got two grounds, you got the fuel. So this wire, we're gonna try to see if we can tap off of the MR2 fuel sending unit to get the cluster to work with the fuel. And then we got our speed sensor is the white and blue wire. Our tach is the just straight blue wire, and then our turn signal is this one right here. It's like green, yellow, and then the rest are just switched on power. And then I think the pink wire was like for like SRS or something, but we're not going to be using all that. So that's plug B, and then plug A is a little bit more simpler. It's just going to be the left turn signal, the light dash like indicator to, I guess, to adjust the dimness of the lights, oil pressure, and check engine light. So that's going to be this plug right here. So as you can see, the wires that's coming from the ECU should all be the same color. So this is a green red for the check engine light, and then yellow red for oil pressure, and then A6 is gonna be our turn signal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually gonna be the red and yellow one on here as far as the turn signal. So we got turn signals, tack, speed, couple grounds we're gonna have to wire up. So right now I'm gonna start extending just the simple wires, just the tack, the speed, oil pressure, and check engine light. Start with those and then crank the car over and see if the gauge will even work or whatever, and then we'll just continue from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that real fast. All right guys, so I'm just testing out the cluster for the speedometer and the RPMs. They do work. Check engine light works as well. It's because the OT sensor's not connected. So oil pressure works as well. So right now, I'm gonna just bring it back up, and we're gonna try to figure out the fuel. See if we can wire that up and make that work. And then we're going to try to get the blinkers to work. I think the harness I got, or the diagram, is a little off. So to make sure that everything's good, I'm gonna just go over everything to make sure, try to find another diagram just to make sure that what I put on here is correct. But as you can see, got the oil pressure, check engine, RPM does work, speedometer does work, the cluster does turn on. As far as actually powering the lights, that's what I got to figure out next. Blinkers, brake light. So right now I'm basically gonna go look for the harness diagram for the actual MR2 SW20 and figure out, because right now I'm powering and ground off of just the ignition system. So I'm gonna try to find the ignition power and ground from the plugs back here, from off the SW20 plugs, and then the gas gauge should be a wire. Hopefully I can just hook that up and find the coolant temperature, because I think the diagram I got isn't the right one, but I still have to run the sensor anyway. So I'm just doing step by step to kind of show you guys what's going on, but I do have those going. So right now let's try to get the blinkers and maybe gas, and then I'll find the wire for the coolant, show you which wire that is to run that to the back, because that goes straight onto the engine. Well, actually it runs straight to the CJ wiring harness, so I won't be running it straight back. But when I show you on the MR2, the K20Z1, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. So it'll be direct wire and not coming from the CJ's wiring harness or conversion harness that I've gotten. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this other harness so I can show you, or this harness diagram for the MR2, so I can show you what we have to do next. All right guys, so we're back. I just wanted to kind of show you guys how I actually wired some of this up so you guys can get a full understanding. I just had like the power coming off the alarm and stuff, but now that I'm actually using the cluster, I can show you guys. So this is a yellow and red wire. This is your fuel. I'll show you guys how I had it wired up and everything. So I have that going from right here to my fuel gauge. This white and red wire is a power that's constant even when the car is turned off. So when your car's turned off, this is your memory wire. And then the blue wire, or blue clip. The blue clip, left and right turn signal, black wire with green, or green with black, sorry. And then you got green with yellow. And then my switch source power is going to be the red and blue right here. And then my ground is a white black wire right next to it. So I'll show you on the back of the cluster how I got those going and running. And finally, we have this clip right here. It's just unused, so you can't use it at all. I was gonna use this for the brake, which this is the white and black ones for the brake, but I can't wire it. The cluster goes to the multiplexer, so I'll try to figure out, see if I can get the brake light to come off, but I doubt it. But now let's go to the main plug. So this is your B connector. So the ground I got, I just connected them together. The two grounds I connected, and that one goes to the white and black wire. So that's my ground. My power, that's constant, which is right here, the red and white wire. That's going to the red and white wire right here. So that's my constant. And then we have the yellow wire, which is our switch power. That's gonna go to this right here, the red and blue wire. And then let's see what else we have on here. Okay, this yellow green wire is just gonna go to yellow green right here. So it's actually the same color. And then the other wire we have is the yellow black wire. This is gonna go to fuel. So that's gonna be this one right here, our fuel wire, and the cluster does work. So those are the wires on that plug. And then let's break out this other one. Now this other one is your oil pressure. So that's yellow and red. So that one's coming from the back of the CJ's harness that I got, which I'll be showing you on the next video of how we're going to wire that directly from the C101 plug. But as far as that, and then I got the MIL, which is green orange, connected. So those two, we have oil pressure and check engine light. And then far as the other signal, it's going to be green red is going to go to green black. And that's it, guys, as far as getting the wires. Oh, wait, I got two more wires. So the blue wires, the blue white wire is your speed, and then the blue wire is your RPM. So that's the main thing of wiring the MR2 with the RSX cluster. I'm gonna get all this zip tied up and cleaned up, and then we'll go for a ride and test everything out and see how everything's working. Oh, I also forgot one more wire, I'm sorry. There's a green white wire. The green white wire right here is temperature. So that goes directly to the engine. Like I said, we're gonna go test everything out to make sure. So let me wrap this up, guys, and then we'll get back to it. All right, guys, so we're about to go for a little test drive right now, see how this car feels. As you can see, the cluster is working. Just gonna make sure speed is working, but also has its work. So we're good as far as that. Go around and see how it feels. Still gotta do some things on the computer, but just want to see how it drives right now. Gas gauge works. things that I said, it does work. I don't know if the temperature is gonna work or not. It's taking a minute for it to come. It might be the sensor though. Pretty sure I wired it up right. So. But yeah, guys, this is gonna conclude the video. Hopefully this helps you guys get, you know, your stock RSX cluster wiring. So I'm probably gonna somehow drill from the bottom to get the cluster to stay, because it's moving everywhere right now as well. Yeah, so if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. The K20Z one's about to come up as well, so that'll probably be next tomorrow. Until then, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.